This is a visualization demo about Protest Chronicle, and we extracted from 2009 to 2010 news articles, and we put them in a network, so everything is interconnected and clearly shows the insights. And about 62 protest events are automatically extracted and summarized. For chronicle generation, our approach consists of two core components: a time-aware hierarchical Bayesian network for event detection, and a learning-to-rank model to select the salient events to construct the final chronicle. So, with the chronicle generated, we utilize social and cognitive science to understand the different facets of protest events, and based on social movement theory and individual institutional nexus of protest behavior theory, our collaborators suggested 10 different facets for each protest here, and we integrate them into our visualization tool. And these facets are well accepted classifications of protest, as well as features which may vary from one protest to another. And they are: the first one, action. So the type of the protest, whether it is a demonstration or a riot. And second one is the degree of lawfulness, ranging from lawful political procedures to violent street fightings. And third one is sentiment of the protest, the logic of the protest, is the size of the crowd, or the damage that can be inflicted, or the issue itself the main rationale for the protest. And the participant size and the demand that are made, are they political, economic, religious, or others? And the location where the protest happened, and were there arrests or casualties, were property damaged or destroyed. Then let's look into the network here, and the role of the central nodes are protest events sorted by their dates. And when you hover your mouse over the node, detailed summary for the protest will show up. So we see the first protest here we got is in 2009, January 2nd. It's about a protest in Moscow regarding the attacks on the Gaza Strip. And we can then hover over another one. It's like a protest happened in China, Xinjiang region. So when you click on this every protest, you will see the related facet values are highlighted, and we can focus on the current protest events. So here we see the action of this protest is picket, and the degree of lawfulness is non-violent, illegal, and the logic is just for the crowd numbers, and it's about thousands of people participant in the protest. And we can also try to click the classification values. For example, we click the location here, China, and then we can see that about 6 protest events happened in China during those 2 years. And for each facet, the more protest it is linked to, the bigger it will be, and the more it is linked to, it will be more on the left side, and the right side ones are the small values for each facet. And for example, if we are interested in people's demand in protest, we click the first demand here, so it is a political demand. And second largest one is the economic demand, and the third one is justice demand. And this interactive view not only shows the different facets of protest event, we can also obtain interesting insights by observing the data carefully. So a simple one is, when we look at the locations, we clearly see that China and the US are the top 2 countries for protests during that period, and most countries only have 1 protest here. And if we try to investigate the arrest situation, so we find that the yes node is mostly linked to 2009 protest, and the no node is mostly linked to the 2010 protest. This tells us a very interesting trend of how the government handle protests. over time in these 2 years. And similarly, we can get insights about the demands of different protests, and if the protest is being violent, and also even you can try to understand the correlation between two different facets to see like how these facets are interconnected by the events and if they are correlated or not. So this is a network view of the protest. And other than the network view, we have the time series view as well. And the difference is here we try to understand the correlation between the time and each facet of the protest so that people can get good insights of how the protest evolved over time. So here we started this facet one by one, and the default one is about demands those protests has. So x-axis here denotes time, and the y-axis here denotes the frequency of different demands. So from this chart, we see that political demands got the largest volume, and we see how different demands evolves over time. This is like a curve for political, this is a curve for justice. And if we click the next button here, then we will get an overlapped view. So we can study different demands one by one, and we see that the political demand got highest in the middle of 2009, and the ethical demand got highest in the early 2010. If we keep clicking next, we can see another view showing the distribution of different demands in different time buckets. So these are the time buckets here, and each time bucket denotes about 3 months. And if we click next, it's another view to show the breakdown. And then if we click next, we will try to aggregate all the demand values over time by their demand type. So here we can see that over the period of 2 years, political demands got the most frequency, and then it's economic and justice and ethic, pacifist. And if then we click next, the final view is to use a donut to show the breakdown of this facet, like political is the biggest part. So while everything we showed here is only about demands, and then you can see there is a bunch of buttons here reflecting different facets for like protest. So you can click any one and you will see that one, the analysis of that facet, and you can click next here to understand more. So this is all about the visualization we made about protest. Thank you.